Federal Correctional Facility, Bedwater, Colorado. An inmate named Ray Breslin tears pages from a Bible, burns them, and uses the soot to sketch on the wall. At that moment, another prisoner quietly warns him that an attack has been planned against him for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Ray understands immediately that the best defense is offense. The next day, he strikes first and badly injures his attacker. As a result, Ray is sent to solitary confinement. While being escorted through the corridors, he carefully studies everything around him: the guards' cigarettes, the coded locks on the doors, and the exact timing of their smoke breaks. He is placed in a solitary cell with no windows, only a metal grate above where the ceiling should be. After some time, Ray begins making a sticky paste from toilet paper, hiding it neatly inside the roll. Lunchtime, inmate, eat your veggies. When his food is delivered, Ray notices the milk carton and examines it closely. He then casually asks the guard for the time. The guard looks surprised but gives him the exact time before calling his partner for a smoke break. Ray starts counting the seconds they are gone. When the count reaches 300 seconds, a car explodes in the prison parking lot, one that had been planted earlier by a brunette. Panic and chaos spread instantly through the prison. According to the security cameras, everyone appears to be where they should be, including Ray. However, when a guard enters the solitary cell, the prisoner is missing. The only thing left behind is the Bible lying on the floor. Firefighters arrive quickly to put out the burning vehicle. One of them climbs into a nearby parked Jeep, removes his fireman's uniform, and reveals himself to be Ray Breslin. The people inside the vehicle greet him by calling him boss and then drop him off near a roadside payphone. A passing police car quickly notices the man wearing an orange jumpsuit. Alerts go out to nearby stations, and soon several police cars surround the phone booth. Ray remains calm and slowly raises his hands. As he sits inside the police car, a man in a tuxedo pulls up and hands a note to one of the officers. The prison warden is then introduced to Ray Breslin, co-owner of an independent security company run alongside his partner, Lester Clark. The Federal Bureau of Prisons has hired them to test correctional facilities across the country. Over the last 7 years, Ray has been inside almost every maximum security prison. He has successfully escaped from 14 of them and even written a book about his experiences. The warden is left stunned. Wanting answers, the warden asks what the prison's weak point was. Ray explains that every escape depends on 3 things: knowing the building's layout, studying the guards' routines, and having help either inside or outside. In this case, the weakness was solitary confinement. Despite being high-tech, it was connected to an unprotected fire garage. To get sent to solitary, Ray deliberately made enemies. Due to staff shortages, only 1 guard escorted him instead of 2. While Ray was locked inside the cell, that guard went on a 7-minute smoke break. Every day, for 7 minutes, Ray was completely unwatched. All that was left was to create a distraction during that window. But how could he learn the lock code? The answer lay in the milk carton, which contains a thin layer of laminated film. By removing the film and pressing it against the keypad, the fingerprints of the used buttons became visible. When receiving his lunch, Ray blocked the food hatch lock with toilet paper, allowing him access to the keypad. By rewinding the surveillance footage at the guard station, he erased his movements and still had enough time to reach the garage. Crawling through a ventilation shaft, Ray entered the garage, where firefighters unknowingly helped him escape the prison. The warden is left with one final question: what kind of man chooses to spend most of his life inside prisons? The story then moves to Los Angeles, California. At Breslin's company, CI agent Jessica Mayer approaches him with an offer to test an illegal private black site prison known as the Tomb, designed to hold the world's most dangerous criminals. The risk is high. The prison is privately funded, meaning the government cannot step in if anything goes wrong. Ray's colleagues, Abigail Ross and Hush, strongly oppose the plan. Their concern grows when Jessica insists that Breslin's team must not know the prison's location to keep the experiment completely pure. Still, Ray accepts the challenge. 24 hours later, Ray is scheduled to be picked up from the location written in an envelope: New Orleans, Louisiana. He is prepared for infiltration. His cover identity is Anthony Portos, a Spanish terrorist. He is given an evacuation code, something he must tell the warden if the mission fails, and a tracking device is implanted beneath the skin of his arm. Ray steps outside calmly, but is suddenly hit with a taser and thrown into a van. Masked men quickly locate the tracker, cut it out, destroy it, and inject him with a drug. Everything that follows feels unreal, almost like a hallucination. A helicopter, a fight, and a man being thrown out mid-air. Ray eventually regains consciousness inside a glass-walled cell. Surrounding him are dozens of identical cells, each holding a prisoner. He is shocked by the prison's massive scale and strange design. Watching the new arrival is the warden, Willard Hobbs. When Ray confronts him, Hobbs denies everything. There is no other warden here, and the evacuation code means nothing. Wait, my evacuation code is 310275. Ray mentions the man thrown thrown from the helicopter, but Hobbs shows no reaction and walks away. Meanwhile, Ray's team searches for him, but no trace can be found. Inside the prison, Ray studies the environment and quickly realizes how brutal it is. Guards wear masks and viciously beat inmates for even the smallest mistakes. During yard time on the lower level, guards drag an inmate into the open and beat him in front of everyone. At that moment, a prison gang leader decides to test the newcomer. Back off. Another inmate, Emil Rottmeyer, steps forward to defend Ray and offers his hand. Ray replies, "Really not much in the handshaking mood right now." Emil asks Ray why he is there and explains that he once served as the bodyguard for a world-class banking con man, Victor Mannheim, a man who took money from the rich and gave it to the poor. Friendly toward Ray, Emil offers his help whenever it's needed. Later, guard enforcer Drake, the same man who threw a prisoner out of the helicopter, enters Warden Hobbs' office. Hobbs reminds him that their job is to make sure no one dies, that's what they are paid for, and deducts a month's salary as punishment. On Hobbs' desk lies a book written by Ray Breslin himself. The warden knows everything about Ray. Allahu Akbar. It becomes clear that most of the prison population consists of Muslim inmates who regularly perform their prayers. This surprises Emil, as they clearly don't even know the time. Ray snaps at Emil for the comment, but later approaches him with a request to help him get sent to solitary confinement. Okay, good. They stage a fight. Ray throws a right hook, but Emil barely reacts. "You hit like a vegetarian." After exchanging several blows, Ray straddles Emil and begins choking him. "Relax. Pretend." The warden watches closely and orders the guards to pull them apart. Both men are thrown into solitary, a tiny room where prisoners are constantly blasted with intense heat from massive lamps. Ray notices something important. The floor is secured with steel rivets. Meanwhile, outside the prison, Abigail Ross and Hush pressure Clark to locate Ray and bring him back. Under mounting pressure, Clark promises he will handle it. A prison doctor visits Ray. Ray asks where they are, but the doctor refuses to answer. A guard notices the interaction and cuts it short. "Hey doc, let's wrap it up." After being released from solitary, Ray asks Rottmeyer to get him a piece of metal, promising that in return, he will get him out of this place. Rottmeyer instead requests an interrogation with Hobbs. He is given 10 seconds to reveal where his former employer is hiding. Instead, Emil toys with him. Losing patience, the sadistic Hobbs orders him to be tortured with water. When Emil finally regains consciousness, he manages to pry a large steel rivet loose from the floor. "What happened?" "Nothing. I'm still here." Ray finally tells Emil the truth about why he's really here. He explains that his entire career is built on testing prisons. This one, however, was constructed using ideas from his own book, but this time, someone wants him permanently erased. Ray believes the prison is underground, possibly carved into a cave, and says he needs to get back into solitary once more. Emil resists, but Ray insists it's the only way out. Otherwise, they'll both die. Ray explains that during his first stay in solitary, he realized the rivets weren't aluminum but steel, and steel rusts. By polishing metal and reflecting the lamp's heat, the rivets can be weakened and broken, allowing them to escape through the floor. Without overthinking it, Emil provokes a Muslim inmate. The surrounding prisoners immediately erupt into a full-scale brawl. Guards rush in to restore order. Ray and Emil are once again sent to solitary. There, Rottmeyer fakes a mental breakdown to distract the guards while Ray gets to work. He covers the camera, removes the rivets, and slips into the plumbing system, crawling his way upward. At the same time, Hobbs visits Emil, who keeps him busy with meaningless conversation. As Ray climbs higher, he accidentally strikes a wire, triggering the water valves. Moments later, Ray finally sees sunlight. He emerges onto the deck of a massive ship in the middle of the ocean. Realizing escape is impossible, he climbs back down, slips, and falls into the water. Somehow, he manages to return unnoticed and replaces the rivets just in time. Back at Ray's office, his team confronts Clark. Ray's payment check has been frozen by the bank. Clark brushes it off, claiming the bank is simply verifying the transaction. Hobbs then contacts Clark directly. Clark reveals Ray's real identity and orders that he be kept in prison forever. He's here to prove that even he can't escape. Now make sure he never leaves. Everything traces back to Victor Mannheim, the global fraudster Emil once worked for as a bodyguard. Banks around the world are willing to pay fortunes for information about his location, and Emil is the only one who knows. That makes Ray a liability and leverage. Both men are now under extreme pressure. At night, guards begin beating Ray and depriving him of sleep. Emil stays by his side, supporting him however he can. Ray admits that he was once a lawyer. One of the men he put behind bars swore revenge, escaped prison, and murdered Ray's family. That's why Ray has spent half his life inside prisons, studying them, breaking them, and searching for their flaws. Emil understands. He has a daughter of his own. He urges Ray not to give up, to escape and take revenge on the man who put him here. here. Ray still can't find a blind spot, but he carefully studies the guards, giving each of them nicknames based on their habits. Later, he tries once more to question Dr. Kyrie about their location, but the doctor refuses. Seizing a moment, Ray collapses and grabs an item from the doctor's desk. Using improvised materials and a pair of glasses, he builds a sextant, planning to calculate latitude by aligning the North Star with the horizon. But to do that, he needs access to the outside. Hobbs notices Ray's behavior and decides to isolate him from the other inmates. He admits the prison was built from Ray's own book and that powerful people paid enormous sums to keep him locked away forever. Ray plays along and promises to extract Mannheim's location from Rottmeyer. Satisfied, Hobbs sends Ray back into the general population. Rottmeyer reaches out to Javid, promising to help him escape and return safely. Javid betrays them, informing Hobbs of the plan. In return, the warden grants him permission to hold an outdoor prayer. During the night prayer, Javid secretly uses the sextant to calculate latitude. The water flows counterclockwise, meaning they are in the northern hemisphere. Another inmate had mentioned his imprisonment date, November 20th. Warm air, rain above deck. Combining all the clues, Ray determines that the ship is near the coast of Morocco. Rottmeyer says he knows someone in Casablanca who owes him his life. The problem now is sending a message. Ray finally breaks the doctor by revealing his true identity and pointing out the book on Hobbs' desk. He reminds him of the Hippocratic Oath. That night, the doctor drinks, rereads the oath, and confronts Hobbs, demanding to see Ray. After seeing the book, the doctor agrees to help. Ray feeds Hobbs false information about Mannheim's location. They know it will only buy them a single day, but Hobbs believes it. That night, Hobbs notices Ray tapping out messages to the prisoner in the neighboring cell. Using Ray's own book, Hobbs deciphers the hidden code and uncovers a message about an uprising in Block C. At the same time, the doctor secretly sends a message to Rottmeyer's contact in Morocco, confirming the location and timing of their rendezvous. Hobbs immediately increases security in Block C, but Ray has already anticipated this move. Instead, Javid starts a fight in another block, one guarded by fewer officers. As chaos spreads, the inmates seize weapons, break into a utility room, and shut down all surveillance cameras. Watching from the control room, Hobbs orders a full lockdown, sealing the exits and preventing anyone from reaching the outside. He then sends in a squad of armed guards. Using motion sensors, the guards track the fugitives. A firefight erupts, and Javid is badly wounded. The group barricades themselves inside a room, where Ray disables the motion sensors. Ray orders Rottmeyer to climb upward while he heads toward the engine room to cut the power and unlock the doors. Javid refuses to leave with Emil. Instead, Emil hands him his gun and continues toward the deck. Javid opens fire on the pursuing guards. Realizing what Ray is planning, Hobbs rushes toward the engine room. Along the way, he finds the wounded Javid and finishes him without hesitation. The chief guard finally confronts Ray. The two fight, but Ray overpowers him. He breaks into the engine room and shuts down the ship's power. At that exact moment, Rottmeyer's allies arrive in a helicopter and open fire on the ship's bridge, then on the guards below. A helicopter gunner is hit, and Emil, reaching the aircraft, takes his place. Drawing on his past, he unleashes devastating fire on anyone in his way. Meanwhile, Ray hides inside the engine room, waiting for the compartment to flood. When it does, the drainage system activates, ejecting him into the open ocean beneath the prison ship. From above, Emil drops a rope ladder. Hobbs storms onto the deck and opens fire on the helicopter, but Emil tosses Ray a gun. Ray fires at the ship's fuel tanks. Boom! A massive explosion tears through the deck, killing Hobbs instantly. The helicopter later lands on the Moroccan coast. As the escapees step out, a car pulls up carrying Rottmeyer's men, and Jessica Mayer, the CIA agent who sent Ray into the prison. The truth is finally revealed. Jessica is Emil's daughter, and Emil is not Rottmeyer at all. He is Victor Mannheim, the elusive global fraudster. Everything was orchestrated to free him from the tomb. Ray also learns the final betrayal. His partner Clark was involved from the very beginning. Clark had been offered control of the entire tomb prison network, but only if Ray failed to escape, proving the system was unbreakable. That's why Clark personally arranged Ray's imprisonment in the experimental facility and ensured every door stayed closed. Clark attempts to flee, but Hush tracks him down in Miami. When Clark regains consciousness, he finds himself locked inside a car, sealed inside a shipping container, drifting alone in the middle of the ocean.